Hi everyone, here we are with follow-up questions for December 2023. First topic is describe a sports person you admire और इसके follow-up है what are some qualities an athlete or sportsman should have. I think they must have patience, they must have stamina, they must have knowledge of that game, they should know how to accept the victory and how to accept the defeat. Next one is which is the most popular sport in your country? In our country, we all know cricket. We have just finished with World Cup, though we all were little sad that we could not win, but we performed well. Our team performed really well. You can talk about that. Cricket is a religion in my country. We are crazy about the sports. Should students have physical education and do sports at school? They must. It is good for their physical development, overall development. I think it helps them in their mental development as well. Is talent important in sports? Of course. If somebody is having a talent in particular sports, they can excel in that sports. Even they can hone their talent by practicing, learning it. Is it easy to identify children's talents? Yes. A parent, a teacher, they can identify that easily by checking the interests of the particular children. If a child is interested in playing guitar or particular sports, we know that they have this talent. Can talent emerge later in life or is it most evident from a young age? In few children, it is clearly evident. Sometimes we call it that this person is born with this skill, and some people associate it with rebirth as well. That he might be somebody in the previous world, that's why they are aware about this particular music or particular skill. But a person can later on learn, even improve, and even they can excel in particular sports or field later also. Can hard work compensate for a lack of natural talent in sports? See, guys, every child is not born with a natural talent. Some people learn how to play badminton, how to play football, cricket. If we talk about sports, yes, with hard work, they can excel in particular sports. It's all about hard work in sports. Next topic is describe an activity you did that made you feel tired. आप थक गए किसी एक्टिविटी में और उसके फॉलो अप क्या है? When do people usually feel tired? I think whenever they do any task which is for long hours and they physically they cannot sit for hours, they cannot do that particular work for hours, they feel tired, they have less stamina. Do people feel tired these days more than in the past? We can say that. Actually, we are engrossed in so many things these days, and we are not into sports or physical activity. We don't have that much stamina. After doing some work, we feel tired. Next is do people get enough free time after work these days? Sadly, not. As I already told, we are doing multitasking, we are involved, engrossed in working more and more to earn more and more. We hardly get time after work. This is the reason there are so many physical issues. Next question is do people have fewer holiday now as compared to past? I don't think so. The holidays are almost same. If we talk about budgeted holidays, those are same for all. But yes, nowadays, if we talk about the private sector, there are less holidays as compared to past, and employees have to work more these days. What is the difference between feeling tired after studying or working, feeling tired after playing sports? Guys, after playing sports, we get physically tired, but after studying or working, mentally tired. And when we are mentally tired, I think we are sitting in sedentary same posture and that exhausts us more. But when we play sports, even if we are tired, it is giving benefit to our health. Next one is do people who are involved in their work get to have fun? It depends. If they love their work, they get to have fun. You can find fun in your any kind of work, but If you are involved in kind of work which you are not interested in, then you don't. And these days, many big companies they are organizing Fun Friday. The employees play games on Friday so that they can get a little bit break and they can enjoy. Do older people get tired more easily than younger people? We can say, but it depends on person to person. Some old people are very energetic. But otherwise, if we talk about age, they have less stamina as compared to younger people. Next topic is festivals. Do children like to learn about traditional festivals? I don't think these days they are much into it. But yes, if schools and their families are involved in celebrating traditional festivals, they are interested. They are curious. Why do people celebrate traditional festivals? They celebrate because it is part of their culture, their tradition, family values. So they love celebrating them. Are traditional festivals disappearing? Not all, very few. Festivals like Diwali, Lori, Holi, they are still celebrated with the same kind of energy, same kind of spirit. Though few international festivals we have started celebrating. Is music important in traditional festivals? It is. It plays important role. Music is associated with different festivals, different type of music. Without music, there is no fun of any festival. You can cite examples also in this. Dhol on Lodi and all. Do you think good food and drinks are important at celebration? In India, we don't consider it a celebration if we don't have good food and drink. So I think that's important part of all celebration. Even we have some kind of traditional food which we specially cook on different occasions. Next question is, should children learn about traditional costumes at school? They can learn about it at their home as well. But yes, during their school ceremonies, when they get ready for Independence Day as a freedom fighter or playing any kind of garba, kathak dance, they come to know about the traditional costumes of that particular state, particular occasion. Next topic is talk about a house you visited would be perfect for you or any house you would like to own in the future. उसके फॉलो अप क्या हैं? डज द कॉस्ट ऑफ हाउसिंग अफेक्ट पीपल्स चॉइसेस व्हेन इट कम्स टू their perfect house? Of course it does. We have to compromise because we cannot afford that particular house. Even if we want the house, bigger house with lot of amenities, but if our budget is not allowing, of course we have to compromise on that. Do you think people from different cultures have the same idea of a perfect house? No, I don't think so. Even in one culture, everybody has different idea of perfect house. I might be thinking pool is necessary in the house. You might not. I think it varies from person to person, not only culture to culture. Next one is, do you think the place where people live can affect their way of life? Of course it does. If they are living in good locality, good house, they are positive, they are happy people. But if they are living in a particular place which is polluted and it does not have any kind of facility, even their house is not in good condition, it does affect. What are some common types of houses in your country? I think one story, two story, bungalows, flats, apartments. There are so many type of houses. What are the advantages of living in an old house and what are the disadvantages? See, the advantages, of course, that is an old house. I think old houses were, we are attached to them. And I think they were made with lot of love. Now also we make houses with love, I won't say that. But in old house, the other advantage can be those houses were, I think, more spacious, had a lot of air, ventilation. Now houses have become smaller, like because of cost, or as well as because of less land, and because of the trend of living in apartments and flats. And the disadvantages are like you cannot make so many changes in old house because these days we have different kind of plans for our houses, but those houses had the different way of architecture. So this is the disadvantage. And next question is, what features of traditional houses should be preserved in modern houses? I already told. Well ventilated houses were there earlier. So I think ventilation should be adopted from there, and there should be more open space. Now I think people have less open space as compared to previous houses. Next topic is describe a person who has learned your language. Guys, इसके follow up है, how is language learning now different from past? Earlier we had to join schools, we had to read books, but now online options are there. You can join online courses, even you can talk to the native people online, so you can learn from them. Do you think language learning apps and online resources have made it easier for people? I already told you, yes, it has. It has made it easier for people to learn language. There are so many learning apps. I need not to go out. I can download the app and learn French, Spanish, anything. Next one is, are there any cultural or social advantages to speaking more than one language? And what are they? Yes, there are many advantages, guys. We can mingle with a lot of people from different cultures. If I'm good at Spanish, if I'm good at French, if I'm good at Russian, of course, it will be beneficial for me. I can mingle with so many people if I am in the uh, any environment where there are multicultural or multinational people. Even it can be beneficial for your career. You can become a translator. Next question is, in what grade in your country do children start learning English in school? I think we start in the beginning only. From the very first day of school, we start learning English these days. In any school, whether it's private, government. Next one is, what role do school play in teaching languages? They play a big role. See, we as a Punjabi or Indian, we know English, we know Hindi, and we know our native language, whether it's Punjabi, Urdu, or Gujarati. Why we know? Because of schools, thanks to our schools, thanks to our families as well. But schools played important role because we have studied these subjects, and these subjects have helped us in learning these languages. How can we make language learning fun? We can associate few games with that so that children can enjoy. Next topic is, describe an expensive gift you bought for someone. आपने कोई बहुत महंगा गिफ्ट खरीदा है, उसके फॉलो अप क्या हैं? How important is it for you to save money? I think it is important for our future. For the worst times, we must save money. Is it hard to save money? Why or why not? It is hard. These days, we are living in a society where we have to spend on so many things. So, yes, it is difficult to save money. How important is it for children to save money? I think it is important from very early age, piggy banks. They should learn why to save money and how to save money, because saving money is very good skill we can teach to children. What are the advantages and disadvantages of digital currency? Online transactions, I think that's very beneficial. We need not to carry cash. We can just do transaction, but yes, sometime anybody can hack, so it can be dangerous. Next topic is, describe a person who helped you. किसी ने आपकी मदद की और उसके follow up क्या हैं? What circumstances usually prompt people to ask for help? I think urgency. When there is an emergency, we ask for help, whether it's financial, physical help. We need somebody to take us to hospital. We need somebody to drop us somewhere. Sometimes we take help of somebody when we don't have any transport. Next is, when do you think people hesitate to ask for help, and why do you think that happens? Guys, see, we cannot ask for help to everybody. We hesitate if somebody says no to us. For example, if I have to ask for financial help, I should know that that person can say no because they cannot help me in that way. If I want somebody to lend me car for a few days, but they refuse, so sometimes we hesitate whether we should ask them or not. They can simply say no, we cannot do it. So this is the reason we hesitate in taking help. We generally try to do everything ourselves. Next one is, are people nowadays more willing to help others as compared to past? No. Earlier, people used to help more. Now, see, we are willing to help, but just because of few incidents, we hesitate. For example, if we give lift to somebody and that person is a robber, so of course we are scared to give lift to stranger when we listen to such kind of incidents. So we are willing to help, but we hesitate because we know circumstances can be wrong for us. Is it important to express gratitude, Byron? Yes, it is must. We must be thankful to others. We must show our gratitude to others if they are helping us. I think in today's world, gratitude is the main asset we look for. Next topic is an area of science, guys, in which you are interested in. And if we talk about the questions, follow-ups, do you know any recent advancement in the area of science that contributed to society? I think there are so many. Every day there is a new invention in the science, in technology, and that is helpful. In India has recently launched Chandrayaan. So it's, I think, a big achievement for our country. Do you think scientists play an important role in today's world? Of course, they do. They keep on inventing new things. Guys, if we talk about COVID coronavirus, it was a deadly virus. But thanks, we got the vaccination. Thanks to scientists only. Next one is it important for people to know about recent scientific breakthroughs and why? They must. If they don't know what kind of discovery invention they have made, how will they take benefit from that? Do you think people have a good understanding of scientific information? I think most of them have. Thanks to online journals, news, and various television programs, now people have a lot of information. Next topic is describe a person who has interesting ideas. And follow ups are, in your opinion, are people who have interesting ideas respected in your country? Yes, they are. Of course, if in a group of people somebody is having interesting ideas, we value that person more. We know this person has unique and valuable and interesting idea. I think they are respected more. Do you think the perception of interesting ideas varies between different culture? Yes, it does. For our culture, something can be interesting. For other culture, it can be boring. For other culture, the meaning can be different. For our culture, the meaning can be different. So yes, it does. Next question is, are people generally open to accepting new and interesting ideas in your country? Most of them are, but some of them are not. They are rigid. They stick to the old ideas. They don't want to come out of comfort zone. They don't value new ideas, and they don't want to explore new things. And next question is, how can people with interesting ideas positively influence society? Of course, if they have some interesting idea that can bring some difference to our society, it will have positive effect on our society. You can cite few examples as well. So guys, these are the questions that are expected in December 2023. Keep watching our channel for further updates.